Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see if we can hear it. Oh, there I am. How about that, y'all? What's it going on? What's it going on? Congruent viewers, that's probably me. Wake up, everybody. It's time to wake up, everybody. It's time to wake up, everybody. Let's get it. Okay, talking head, I believe. Oh, yeah. It's me. It's me, the talking head. I got some orange pills here. I got the GoPro here. You never know. You never know what you might need. Oh, and there's me right there. How you doing? Going back to the talking head. So, I titled this one, probably the first one of the first ones. Finally, I got a good camera and things like that. But the title of this one is called "Do Not Hate Your Fellow Man," and it's okay to see the wrong in men, in your fellow man, fellow woman. I'm using men as as the same way they use it in the Bible. So, as I'm saying, men, know that this applies to you even if you're not a man. Okay, this thing keeps on going out of focus. So, um, with the past few months, the wave they've been going, and seeing the whole world change, being able to see the whole world change in front of our eyes, as we are walking around and living in it, it's amazing to me to be at a time like be alive at a time like this, because this all has happened before. Believe it or not, this has all happened before. There's nothing new under the sun, as they say. Let me fix this camera just a bit here. There we go. There you go. This is great. Yeah, I know I'm a bit uglier now, but it's fine. You know, it happens when you get older. But yeah, no. So all this stuff has happened before, just the same as I think Cain killed his brother Abel. People killing each other in the street, it ain't nothing new, bro. Brothers is killing brothers. Brothers, if you have hate in your heart, it's gonna happen. And so to not hate your fellow man seems like a very simple thing to do, but a lot of us do not know how to do it, because we've been taught to be high emotional, um, highly emotional, highly, how you say, just very we overreact. We've been taught to overreact in things. Next video, I'm gonna have a light on my face, like a boom, like a nice light. I could do it now, but I wanted to just get this off my chest while I could. I just set it up the right way. So yeah, we've been taught to overreact and be outraged and things like that. And the only, I don't even know if it's our parents taught us that, or our environment taught us that, to be very sensitive. That's the best word I can say. Highly sensitive to small happenings. That's the best way I can put it. So, I'm not an intellectual. I want to let you guys know that. I'm definitely not an intellectual. I'm not a homosexual. I'm not a um, I'm not a very smart person. Okay, let's just put it that way. I'm not like highly intelligent. I'm normal, you know. I think for myself, but I don't think you have to be intelligent to be smart. You understand? You don't have to be intelligent, like go to school all this time to be smart, to be a smart person, or to be a wise person at that. Um, I would say that as I am living my life, the one who made everything is showing me how to be. especially in a time like this. Let me shut this door. Hold on. Oh. Anyway, I'm back. Especially in a time like this. My brothers and me have a different opinion about the stuff that's going on in the world right now, whether that be protesting or whether that be sick people. I'm of the opinion that even if people are sick, this has happened before and it's going to happen again. Some of my brothers are under the impression that, my own brothers are under the impression that this is like the once in a lifetime thing and we need to all be careful or else, it could be irreparable damage could happen. Things like that. And I really do appreciate all the playbacks. It seems like I got 3 playbacks now. I don't know what that means. I don't know if anybody's here, but who's ever here, I appreciate you coming in to watch. And I don't even know what I'm doing right now, to be honest with you. It's my first one, like really trying to just get some things off my head. So enjoy. Where was I? Okay, so I try to, witness, I guess you could say, to my brothers, especially my older brother. He's the know-it-all because he was the oldest one. You see, he was the oldest one to do everything, to get married, to graduate, to become a lawyer, all that good stuff. Smart guy, very book smart. He also has been taught a lot by the system of, school, I guess you could say, university, academia, that type of thing. And since he's like that, he kind of trusts more establishment type places. The rule from top to down, top to bottom, I suppose you could say. He supports things like I don't know who's here. Anyway, he supports like things like that, just establishment things, authoritative sources, and I completely understand because if you've been, raised in that way or learned how to be who you are today from that system, you can also take a lot from that and use it to your disadvantage, if you will.
If you will. You could use it to your disadvantage, if you will.
But it can be used against you because you're trusting everybody else from external sources, and where you're getting your information from is not from within, it's always from without. And if it's always from without, you have a hard time trusting yourself and making decisions. I've seen that when I was trusting from without and all the things that I've learned through school and other, I guess you could say, smart people. I remember when I was smaller, I told my brother this, and this might sound like when I was thinking about this today, it all hit me like that. That's why I was so dumb. That's why I was so blind. But I told my brother, and I had to be 10 or something, maybe 12. But I told my brother, I was like, man, you don't got to read books, man. Everything I learned is, I say like 95% everything I learned is from the TV, man. They taught me everything I know. And to even think that way is ridiculous. I thought that, I knew it didn't sound right. That's why I prefaced it like that. But at the same time, when I said it, I didn't realize how much of a disadvantage that is to me. What?
Mother got this for you.
Oh, nice. Thank you, baby. You shut that all the way for me? Thank you, boo. She's so sweet. And so, as I'm 30 now, so like that was 20 years ago. If I was 10, if I was really 10, but 15, 20, it doesn't matter. 10 years ago, I was still an adolescent in that time, and still growing up and finding my way. And now looking back on it, that's so dumb. There's nothing wrong with reading books, but since reading books is not an enjoyable thing to do when you got video games and TV and outside and basketball and things like that to do, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But if all you're consuming information wise is the television and external sources, I think that's a bad thing, especially for a child, because then it takes us a little bit longer to come out of the sleep that they've put us in. The TV has whether you believe it or not, but it has a flicker rate. Even the screens that we look at on our computers, they have a flicker rate. On our phones, they have a flicker rate, and they're showing us images, and it's like massaging our brains in a way. I could be wrong, and I'm okay with that. But you getting that hit. It's like you're touching a girl for the first time. I remember touching a girl for the first time when I was in church, and we were sitting in we were at like a summer camp, and it was co-ed. It was middle school, high school, boys, girls, and then they had chaperones, and none of that funny stuff went on. Not to my knowledge, but I remember sitting next to her and my arm hair brushing against her arm hair, and it just like it electrified me because I never felt nothing like that. You know what I mean? So in the same way, this TV is electrifying. They've never seen anything like this. They're like, not a generation has never been brought up with televisions and screens and entertainment at all time more than they are right now. And so when I see my daughter doing that, like I tell her you gotta turn it off, and I'm like this close to throwing the TVs out. But on another note, all that type of stuff that we go through, in growing up, it's all. I really do believe that it's all the purpose of us to go through the hardships is to find our right way. But back to the subject, to not hate your fellow man. I realize why my brother the way he is because and if you don't notice, I do ramble a bit, but I always come back. I try to come back to it. I need to start writing it down. Next time I will. But to not hate your fellow man. Okay, so I was telling him, so some things I found biblically that are different from what we've been taught as we were growing up. And there's nothing like you have to burn sacrifices or, you got to cut your blood or everybody's going to heaven even if they sin. No, it's actually quite the opposite. It's everything we haven't been taught. Some people say, how can you sin and still call yourself a Christian? And I agree with that term. Only because it sounds so absurd nowadays to tell somebody you're a Christian and tell them that you don't sin, because we have been coaxed, all the preachers and the pastors that's been schooled in this idea of knowledge, and we know that most establishments can be corrupted very easily with money and sex and what do you call that stuff, blackmail. A lot of people already have evil in their heart. That's because we are people. And that completely makes sense to me for businesses and even good things that are supposed to be, high up establishments, men of favor and things like that can be easily corrupted. And I'm not saying all the pastors are corrupted. I think most people have very good intentions, but are swayed in a way down the wrong path through these things, these external sources that we trust. To call yourself a Christian and say, yeah, I sin, but God forgives me, is kind of an oxymoron. When he healed, I think it was the water at the well, the lady at the well, or some blind man or something like that. He said, pick up your cross or something, go and sin no more. He didn't say go and keep on sinning. Like, you've been forgiven and go and sin no more. The thing that, one of the last things he said on the cross was, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. And so that's why I'm saying not hating your fellow man. To hate your fellow man is to have a corrupt heart, because to hate somebody else for doing something wrong to you, knowing that you've done something wrong to somebody else one time or another, means that you are no better than them. You are guilty as they are guilty. But instead of continuing doing the evil, you see it for what it is. In yourself, you gain control of it, and it becomes easier and easier and easier as you do that, because then you start to lose the appetite to do the thing that you don't want to do anymore. But just like you are not, you have been imperfect, as you can see, like say my brother is imperfect, not in his, maybe not in his lifestyle, but I would say in his belief system, he's a bit flawed. But it's okay. I don't hate him for it, and we can disagree, and everything's fine. So I've been having discussions about a lot of things these days with different people, and this is another subject, by the way. And for a lot of people that I talk to, we completely disagree. We can hang out, we can talk, we can make jokes, we can talk sports. I think sports is going to be over soon, by the way, but we can do all that, but we can completely disagree on the whole. Um, I guess you could call it political stuff. Even though it's not really political, it's more of like a. I can definitely know why people call it political, but in the public eye right now, it's not political at all. It's a matter of right and wrong to a lot of people. I personally think that putting a mask on your face is absolutely wrong. I think putting a mask on your baby or your daughter is absolutely wrong. I don't think there's such a serious thing going on right now, but a lot of people do. And I've been trying to talk people out of thinking that we need something over our face to go in public because it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, if you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't, you don't. And that's fine. I completely understand. I'm not going to hurt you. But for the most part, for the people that I do have these conversations with, when we're having the conversations, we don't have the masks on. And they're saying, but we're 6 feet apart. And there's always a but. But if you really thought that there was something serious going on, right, and it was that bad or big of a deal, you wouldn't be going to people's houses to hang out. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be acting normal. I really just think this is just a coaxing of, like, a soothing of the population. Like, just relax. We got it all under control. Just put this on. Just put this on. Just put this on. You can do it. And you're like, well, yeah, I got to get my groceries. So they're like, yeah, to go in Walmart, you got to put this on. We're going to ask you at the door. We're going to always have these people at the door to make sure you have a mask on. Yeah, don't go anywhere else. You can't go anywhere else. This is all you got. You got to put the mask on. If not, we're going to kick you out. And then they show you videos of people overreacting. And people calling them Karen, getting shamed and things like that, which is fine. But that's why I tell you, you should not hate your fellow man. Because if you hate your fellow man, you're always going to end up losing. I went to Sam's Club today. Even though I have a membership there, they told me I can't come in without a mask. And so, if it wasn't not only mine, because I'm using a friend of mine's, right? Membership, but it's all good. That doesn't matter. I buy gas from there still. Everything that I need. I just need to get some toilet paper and some other things. You know what I'm saying? Some bundles, because they sell them in bulk for a better price. So I went over there, and I took the expensive route. He told me you can't come in here unless you have a mask on. I said, so you tell me I can't shop in here unless I put that on my face? And he goes, yeah, it's required. So then I'm like, okay. That's too bad. And I leave the car there and I just turn around and walk to my car and I go to the next store. It's okay. I mean, it might be an extra step or two, but you can't be afraid to be free, man. If you're afraid to be free, you'll never be free. Long story short, I went to Walmart. They asked me the same thing at the door. I said, no, I don't have one. He said, do you have a mask? I said, no, I don't. He said, okay. And I just kept going. You don't stop. When you stop, they got you. If you keep going, you're fine. They're not going to chase you down. If you really don't want to wear it, stop wearing it. I see a lot of people complaining about it. Stop wearing it. And so my brother told me that I'm not a prophet, and he also, because I was telling him some new stuff, right? And he also told me that I got to pay Caesar's what's Caesar's. And trust me, I paid Caesar's a good amount of tax money this year. So I already did that, but Caesar is not the government, Caesar is the government, but Caesar's is not Walmart, which it may be. Who knows? I don't know who owns Walmart really. I guess some guy named Sam Mart or something like that, Sam Walter or something. But he's like, you need to pay Caesar's what's Caesar's, and so what I tell him is, I'm like, I'm not giving Caesar my ability to be free, you know. I mean, if you really don't want me in there, don't tell me you won't allow me in there. If not, that's fine. I'll walk away. I'll do what's right. But I'm not putting that on my face, and I'm not going to lie to you too, and then tell you, yeah, I put it on and take it from you, right? And then not wear it. It's not my character. I got to be truthful and honest at all times, and through that, I'll be fine. Believe it or not, people think I'm nuts, bro. People think I'm crazy. They think I'm a troll. They think I'm joking. They think that I'm ignorant. They think I'm retarded. They think that, because I think for myself nowadays. I don't take the okie doke anymore. I used to. I used to believe in all these things, police brutality. I used to believe in all these things like racism. I used to believe it, but what I realized is it's not what the people on the outside of you are doing. It's what are you doing about it? What are you doing on the inside? How are you living your life? How are you bettering yourself right now? You don't complain about it. You don't complain about the hardships in life. You overcome. And in overcoming, you always get better. Every single time. You always end up on top. As long as you're not angry as you're going through these situations, nothing can bring you down. Nothing can stop you. And that's what I've been learning over the past months, I suppose. I've gotten a lot closer to God. And in doing that, actually not, I don't want to say don't go to church, guys, because that's not my aim. I'm not trying to steer people away from going to church and reading the Bible. That's not my thing. But I was reading the Bible for years and going to church for years, but it didn't do me any good. It didn't do me any good because I thought that was living it. But I actually stepped out into the world and became a man and then had to really test myself. What am I going to do in times of right or wrong? Like, what am I going to do in my life? And I chose to do what's right. And I'm on top, bro. I'm safe. Life is good. I would encourage a lot of people to start your own garden, even if it's just a plant. Learn how to get back to those roots. Learn how to plant again. Learn how to love again. Because all this stuff that we have in the music is not love. Everything, and I can draw this back to music. What I was making back in the day, it wasn't love. It was the love of music, but it wasn't love, what I was talking about. But life is good. As long as you don't hate your fellow man. I was really not enjoying my life at one point in time. And I just realized that if I keep living like this, it's going to kill me. I was getting stressed out. I was getting, I don't know. I was getting, I was just getting stressed out. I was getting all that quote unquote anxiety and stuff like that. And I really thought it was a thing, but I realized it wasn't a disease that I had. It wasn't a chemical imbalance that I had. It was a lifestyle choices I was making. And once I overcame those lifestyle choices, my life got better every single day. Sometimes it happens overnight. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, bro. Sometimes it takes a couple months. It took me 2 years. You know what I mean? And it's funny is a lot of people aren't willing to take those 2 years. But in those 2 years, you're losing 2 years if you're doing nothing still. But when I learned all this stuff, because I was thinking to myself one day, I was like, I was talking to my wife. At the time it was my girlfriend, but I was like, what if there's more to life than just being happy and sad and heartbreak and getting cheated on and eating and feeling hungry and then feeling tired and feeling excited and what if there's more to life than just these basic, what we chase after on a daily basis? Like, what if there's more to life than just that? And what I've realized is there's absolutely way more life than just the sad part of it. I was like deep, and I was even struggling with depression at one point because I was not happy with myself. But the truth is that in not being happy with myself, I also found myself. And I found myself back with God. So that's why I'm saying don't hate your fellow man. Once you're able to overcome the hate for anybody, anything going on at the times, anything going on in the moment, anytime you catch yourself, you could catch yourself and be like, I don't like this. And realize that you can see it for what it is now. And once you can see what's going on in the world for what it is, just as long as you don't overreact to it, you're going to be fine. You're always going to come out on top. My brother was telling me, he's like, you're not a prophet. You need to come to church. You need to do this. You need to read the Bible and all this stuff. And I was like, do you still sin? And he said, sometimes. But how do you call yourself a Christian when Jesus told us to go and sin no more? That's what I wanted to know. And a lot of people that read the Bible can't tell you that. And they can't tell you that because they've been led to believe that they can go and sin more. Isn't that crazy? I've just been trying my best to live what's right, treat people right, be generous, be grateful, be loving, be a man. You know, all the things. Be strong. Don't be angry. As long as you're not angry, you have that. You have that light inside of you, man. You have that good inside of you. Life has been great. Through this entire thing, I've been fed. Never missed a bill. Never missed a wink of sleep. Life is great. And I just wanted to let you guys know, like, you know, throughout this, I guess you could call it a lockdown, and then a soft open, and then a back lockdown, and all this crap, right? I would tell you that through it all, I've been perfectly good. And the reason why is because I have peace now. I don't have that chaos and dissension in my life. I don't have that, oh my God, I overdrafted feeling anymore. You know, I don't have that, oh my God, the rent's due and I ain't got no, I spent the last money on a sack. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I don't be debating whether or not I can buy liquor or not, because to be honest, dude, I put down the liquor. You know what I mean? I might drink sometimes, but I don't buy liquor no more. I was gonna buy some beer today, and I was like, you know what? I'm not spending money on beer, man. I need to save my money, dude. I ain't earned a drink yet. You know what I mean? But having discipline and self control, and it's a lot easier to have when you get rid of the anger in your heart, because you're always running from something. It's like you're always scared. You're always worried. Who's out to get you? What's the next bad thing that's going to happen to you? A cop's going to pull you over and take you to jail. Like, that was going on in my mind because I had nothing but chaos in my life at that moment. And it wasn't caused by anybody else but me. You understand? So, here's my thing. Last thing about not hating your fellow man. Don't hate your brother, man. Don't hate your sisters. Don't hate your mothers. Don't hate your fathers. Understand the reason why they are. And the way you're able to do that is getting to know yourself. And through getting to know yourself, you get to know God. Not calling you a God, but you have that light inside of you. Jesus left us with the Holy Spirit when he ascended back into heaven. He gave us a gift. It's called the Holy Ghost. And you can have it within you. It is within you. But you got to walk into it. You got to walk back into the light. You can't be standing in the darkness anymore. Know right, do right, love what's right. You know what I mean? Take care of your families. But understand, once you're able to understand why people do what they do in life. Mistakes, they steal, kill, rape, murder. Once you're able to understand that, understand it and don't hate them for it. Because at one point in time, you were no better than they were. God is right there waiting for you guys to come back home. When you come home, tell Jesus I said hello. All right, make sure you guys subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out today. If you want to hear some more stuff, just leave a comment down below. America first, and God forever. Porch.